can we give them the benefit of the doubt that they were kind of isolated, or at some point do they need to grow up? What do you think the deal is? Do you think they just never had to interact with people the way you and I have? You can go ahead, Green Law Book.
As far as the way you're raised, I mean, it's hard to change somebody's mind when they've been nurtured in that way.
Religiously too. Now he's coming from a religious perspective. How can you argue with somebody when they say God told them?
Well, you can't if that's what their belief is.
Wow. We ain't gonna be able to reach him at all. Raider, what's up?
Well, I mean, he's a grown man. Like, he is a grown adult male.
Choose his path, huh?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he can look around and he can go, I don't like this, and he can change his mind. He can grow as a human being if he wants to, right? I grew up in a 3,000 population town, right?
Yes, yes.
I mean, as white as Christmas snow in all directions, right? But I grew up going, I want to learn more about other cultures. I want to learn more about other things. Like, I mean, it's not nature versus nurture, in my opinion, for him.
Okay.
It's literally that, I mean, he does have a belief system. It's how is he getting seats at Congress?
I'll be the lad, because how this dude he talked to them with the same gobbledygook, and they put him down and they listen, and very little pushback.
Well, yeah, I can see where you're coming from too, where you can be open to different perspectives, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's many things out there that I don't agree with, that I see on a daily basis that I don't agree with. However, even being in the military as a leader, you want to be open to everybody's perspective, and that makes you a better person, a better leader as well.
Yes, sir.
That the fact that he potentially may be closing himself off to one belief system, that's no good for one. I think you brought it up, Raider. Yeah, he's a grown man. He can choose his path. He can easily open himself up to different perspectives and go down that path and fully understand that. I mean, that as a grown person, we can change our minds. We have the free will and the ability to do that, unless you don't.
I have the question, who hurt you? Because he's talking about that we're exploiting the system of having disabled parking in disabled spots. Yeah, they just everywhere parking in disabled spots. Where he's making up a lot of stuff that I don't know where it's coming from, and it's like, do you think he has a vendetta against veterans?
Can I chime in on this? Yes. I have seen people behind the 7-Eleven screaming at dumpsters with more coherence than Lieutenant Dan in almost every capacity. I mean, making very, very valid arguments against that dumpster and how it stole his something or another. He is not making a good faith effort at all. Like, he is not presenting any facts to back up anything. Like, I made the case for him. Like, he could say, okay, I could start out the conversation by saying, look, the homeless veteran population, the most severely mentally ill population, though that is a demographic that is incentivized to remain homeless, to remain impaired. If they become housed, then they lose their benefits. They drop down because they're no longer, wow, what's going on? They drop down because they're no longer that severely mentally ill. So becoming housed plays a huge role in whether or not they get to keep that 100%. So I know we're just going through the cycle here.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So go ahead. So that's an argument that he could make in good faith and say, look, there is a factual, evidence-based review showing that homeless veterans are a demographic of people that prove my point. He could lead off with that. Now, it's a very niche argument that he could make, in which he can that's where it stops, right?
Yes.
Because they're not employed, they're homeless, they're they're severely mentally ill, and unfortunately that severe mental illness oftentimes prevents the veteran from seeing the reasoning behind why getting housed is better, losing some money is fine, in order to become housed. But he doesn't research anything. Like, he doesn't even know, like, he was talking in this podcast thing on SOS about how erectile dysfunction isn't a disability. Well, there's an ICD-10 code for it, so it is a disability. Insurance companies pay and reimburse for it every single day of the week. The man says things that just...
now he said, from the book of Daniel, Lieutenant Dan, scripture 3 and 5, listen, he says that that some of the things that are disability in that M21 manual are not disabilities in the real world.